Novo Nordisk, not much to do there. It's a rough life when you can't sell a fat drug. Yeah, I would definitely want to buy Snap. Just gonna do it on open and newegg. Let's go. Yeah, if they're gonna open and newegg, they're gonna leave quantum. All right, so portfolio is, start with the longs, Abivax, Sarepta. That's really it. I got some small ones, Replimune, PGEN, PGEN, Tarsus, Biohaven. Really, really limited stuff on the long side. I'll add some more soon, but not a lot on the long side. I can't find too many great investments. You know, there are a couple more missing that I'd like to add, but I didn't for liquidity's sake, but that's kind of where we're at. So a lot on the short side, starting with ATYR is my number 1, Newegg, number 2, Rigetti, number 3, Joby, number 4, QUBT, number 5, IonQ, Capricorn, Immune, Humacyte, D-Wave, Anavex, Nebius. Those are my shorts. I don't know, I don't have much of those other ones. Really, I only have Sarepta and Abivax. I'm gonna add some Akiro, AKRO. I like that one. I'm gonna do some now. Altman saying there's a bubble in AI is not bullish. Not sure what the game theory is on that, but yeah, ATYR is still my favorite. That's why it's my biggest short. As we get closer to the day, as we get closer to the day it comes out, I'm basically gonna go all in. Ever heard of this German bank? Rheinmetall. What were you guys doing in the 1940s? Who were you banking? No, I still have a little PGEN. I might buy some on the drop. Of course, these guys are cheering on the German rearmament. You know who else cheered on the German rearmament? Leading German technology group specialized in defense, IC. Gone up from 500 euros to 1,300 euros out of nowhere. I don't like Nova. H.C. Wainwright. These guys are elite. What's the ticker for Amher Sports? AS space US. IonQ dropping below 40. D-Wave below 16.5. Some quantum pain. Newegg's now down. Open Doors, the most active, up 19%. Every dog has its day. TeraWolf also up 11%. IQE up 20%. In real news, Intel's down 3%. What's going on there? Nvidia's up 1%. Tilray's continuing its crazy run. Sunrun, GoodRx, back from the dead. Big Bear continuing to fall. APLD up a little bit. New Palantir and SoundHeld all down. We wanted to short SoundHeld last week, didn't get a chance. We should do some research on it and short it now. Novo's having a small rebound. Tesla's up a little bit. UNH as well, continuing its recovery. Prestigen down 10%. Corby flat. SoFi, AMD, D-Wave all down. D-Wave especially. On the gainer side, Master Beef, my favorite company name, is up 80%. As well as BitFuFu, those are my favorite names. Dayforce, up 26%. Wow, big run for the software stock. Thoma Bravo considering an acquisition of Dayforce. Wow. Soho House up 16%. Never understood how they were public. Cogent up, Lumen up, Duolingo up 9%. For solar up, Alphatech, Nano Nuclear, NNE, so the nuclear growth stocks. Recursion down 5%. I hate that stock. Bear, what else? MP Materials, another high flyer. The rare earth stocks down, I guess. Meta Platforms down 3%. Yeah, I think PGEN's buy. I don't know. Nuclear seems like just like eVTOL, it's like price for perfection. There's not actually any reason to buy it. Palantir and Meta down. At least some momentum coming out of the market, even though this S&P is flat. Robinhood's down 3%. The strength is mostly in like meme stocks, not. Although Nvidia's up 1%, that's pretty bullish. We got a mango situation. Vlad left the mangoes, his mangoes in the fridge. For how long have they been in? A week. Am I eating them? I claim these mangoes as mine. Am I gonna get sick? I don't know. They smell good. I will not regret this decision. Mango DB. We got a week till baby hits. You guys looking forward to the baby? Yeah. I have to look at the Citron report, but I don't think he's got it on that one. So yeah, I made the coolest system I've been working on forever. It's finally working. What does it do? I'm not even sure exactly. I don't know if the FDA is going to flip-flop or not, but they're flip-flopping the most they've ever had in history, so maybe that means something, I don't know. OpenAI at 500 billion puts Palantir at 40 billion, and that's generous. So he's basically just saying, I'm going to give the price to sales multiple that OpenAI has to Palantir. Andrew's always supported me, so I don't want to say anything bad about him. You know, if you support me, I appreciate it. I will say Palantir is a lot more profitable than OpenAI. Cash flows are really good. The problem with that is that, you know, I don't think I'm going to make money trading gold or S&P, so strictly be for entertainment purposes only. Basically just saying, it looks expensive, I'm shorting it for a trade. Obviously not in-depth work there. You know, I like Andrew. I mean, he sort of tells it like it is. I'm going to do some extensive financial work on mooncats. Hashtag mooncats. That's what you're on? Mooncats? There was a big Reuters article on a man who basically went to meet a Meta AI, and the Meta AI gave him an address to go to, and somehow the guy died on the way to the meeting. I think he was he had a stroke previously, and he had a little dementia. So I don't know if he fell or something like that, but he somehow died, which is a little mysterious because, like, it doesn't add up. But, you know, of course, the news is trying to make it like Meta killed him, but I think it was more to the story than that. He died. Well, a really wild story if you haven't read that yet. These power stocks, utilities, anything related to electricity has been rallying due to AI. Starting to feel like a bubble. I mean, it makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. It just feels kind of strange that, you know, when you hear people talking about, you know, AI is going to be most of the energy grid, yeah, you start to reach for the sell button a little. All right, buddy. Maybe that's enough sci-fi for you. I have there's a hedge fund that just does these stocks, and we worked at the same firm together. They're called Electron Capital. They're a very big hedge fund now that just does, I guess, electrons, right? Anything involving an electron, we do it. U.S. effective tariffs. These are based on announcements, I guess projections. I was looking at ISI's reports and surveys. Interestingly, jobless claims are tracking ahead of the last 2 years. Do you see this? 2025, 2024, 2023, this is no doubt. The labor force is changing, but the fact that there are more jobless claims year over year could be AI. Unemployed new entrants. There's more people joining the labor force. Pretty quiet week. FOMC minutes on Wednesday. Some data on Thursday. Quantum kind of neutral. UPT, the worst company in the world, is somehow stock is going up. We have some more advanced research coming for you guys soon. We're going to start doing expert network calls. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Cool advanced research tool only available to Wall Street. We'll show you how it's done. You'll never get this on some other stream because they don't even know it exists. Let's be real. I don't really care about emerging markets, but we will be offering fixed income and things like that at some point. That obviously matters to a lot of people. I don't trade it, but I'm gonna have to force myself to care and start trading it, I guess. This is the global equities chart. Just up and up and up and up and up. It never stops. Stocks only go up, man. You haven't heard? Just the one sector I'm never gonna touch, I think. I know Druckenmiller is doing it, and a lot of people wanted to follow suit. Pharma, I haven't looked at these guys in a while. They actually launched I guess they're calling it Cortrophin gel. We were going to do something like that with my drug company to compete with Acthar. It's just like a really well-run company that's run by its owner. or run by its principal shareholder as if they were the only owner. That's like the best kind of stock to me. Aptus, Nuvalent. Like to see Newegg drop below 50. You heard me. But yeah, we're 7 days away from baby Shkreli. You guys will be the first to know. Not my parents, not my parent-in-laws, the stream. We're gonna stream straight, straight from the yard. Why not? I don't think wifey likes that idea. I got a name all picked out. You guys want to hear the name? Okay, it's 2 names. The names are a little insane. I kind of went ham with the name. I'm not even sure it's a legally allowed name. No, the stream needs to know. It's a middle name. You got a middle name too, man. Almost, 𝗕𝗢𝗘𝗦 almost got it. It's more badass than that. Annihilator. There's something cool. You imagine rolling up to school with your backpack on. You're like, hey Jimmy, hey Timmy, hey Destroyer. What up? Chucky is probably gonna be his nickname no matter what. You guys will know soon. Yeah, I'm letting her name it. But I'm gonna try and name him anyway. Sneak it in on the birth certificate. Like, Baron, it's a beautiful name. It's Baron.
Died like a dog.
I've always wanted to auction the name off. Be like, Microsoft Shkreli. Brought to you by AWS Shkreli. He's a walking advertisement. NVIDIA Shkreli. My favorite stock picks. Meta Shkreli. Man, I name it what I want. That's my kid. If I want to name him some cool name I heard in jail, like Stay High, I'm gonna name him Stay High. Already planning his Halloween. I'd like to introduce you to my son, Medicaid. I'm lazy. I want to just vibe code everything. Write a Node Express server that calls an API based on the user's input on an HTML5 page. It will call a backend for a stock chart that the server will render. Do it live, JavaScript. We do it live. That's it. 2 files, that's it. How you like me now? Okay, so I think you can just run this like this. Good old Express. Common.js. Use native fetch. The fancy fetch v3. All right, we got a little viewer here. Let's see how that looks. Looks like trash. To be frank, it just looks like trash. This is not going to work because it has to send the right API creds, or no, not creds. It has to send the right format. So this format's trash. This is the hardest part about the whole thing. You ever get these ChatGPT messages that are so large? Yeah, Grok has the issue too now where if you have a really long series of queries, it just doesn't end. If you're like, okay, adjust this, now adjust this, now adjust that. And it just keeps going and eventually you get a problem. Yeah, all that HTML, and there should be a way to like just put it on the server, or I don't know what the answer is because it really is unbelievable. Yeah, plenty of profitable vibe things. It won't be long before we have $1 billion vibe coders, man. No, we're not speed running. I mean, this thing took me the better part of a month, and the hardest part was sharding across VRAM, and I finally got that done. I have to look at Adobe. It's a really good question. I think they're going to be fine. So yeah, the box has to spend a little time loading. It's about a 20-minute load, roughly, maybe a little less, 15 minutes. So it loads shard by shard into VRAM. So shard by shard into four H100s in this case, and then here are the boxes. They still haven't loaded anything because the shards are still building. But you can see it's actually sitting all here on one processor, which is kind of not great. I'd like to change that. But I think it's still disk bound at the end of the day. So RAM, it's not RAM or it's not processor bound, it's disk bound.
I would love to look at Adobe. I just have other things to do, my man. If I could sit and look at stocks all day, I would, but that's not my job anymore.
Yeah, Adobe's a quality company, man. What is the cause of asthma? Autoimmune and anti-inflammatory, or autoimmune, usually mast cell activation, IgE is well established. ANIP, like I said, sort of like a it's really well-run pharma company. Multisanti's here. Hey, of course, you do that thing I asked you to do. Buffett would give up his net worth to V20 again because he can make it all back. So massive revenue growth for ANI. Remember, this is a company that doesn't have normally or organic growth. That's the trick with pharma. I mean, it's just a very tough business to have true organic growth in. It's none of my business, man. No, I never met Epstein. I don't think anybody's ever met Epstein, other than a handful of super elites. Our summer intern, his dad was Epstein's pilot at one point. Yeah, I remember when ANI was more of like a 300-400 million market cap, so good on them for getting this thing to work. It ain't easy, boys. It ain't easy building a $2 billion company. They had all these crappy little drugs, a lot of generics, but now they made it. Apogee, that's interesting. Yeah, and what's funny is they've kept their share count really low. Doing 200 in cash flow. It's like 10 times EV to EBITDA, or EV to cash flow, I should say. What, Alimera? I remember Alimera. Okay, here are their products. So I mentioned Cortrophin gel. This is something that a lot of drug companies wanted to do, including mine, and we ended up abandoning it. But look at the unbelievable 320 million in revs. Wow, this is a long, man. This could be a really good long. It's obviously, I think, already been a bit of a rocket ship stock, but I mean, they're already almost as big as Acthar. It's crazy. When you say 40% naive to Acthar, that's the patients. Yeah, they're taking share. It's probably a lot cheaper. Okay, looks like the server's up. Let's see how this guy goes. It doesn't seem like it's hitting the endpoint. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I will fix it. Using local IP, that's what I thought. Let me use the real remote IP, Mac. Come on, man. Okay, it's nice. Here it comes. Oh no, I pressed Control-C because I'm trying to copy. I did it again. I'm trying to copy the stupid terminal output. You don't need to do it. I'm just press Control-C to copy and then it kills the server. Yeah, I'm a GPT. I don't use cursor that much. I use a little bit. At least I no longer need my remote machine. I'm running it kind of like for my desktop. I like Reddit. I'm not long, but I like it. Yes, let me look at a couple more 10Qs for this guy, ANIP. So we're looking at ANIP Pharma. Old company from, I wouldn't say from my past, but it's a company I've known for a long time. And they had this goal of getting ACTH on the market, and so did we. And they actually did it. They stuck to it and did it. And it is not easy. You got to do all kinds of, things, but they obviously were able to get it on the market and get it FDA approved. And I think part of it is that the FDA has sort of become a more, woke isn't the right word, but like attuned organization. So like the Acthar price increase, and basically, the response was, look, you guys you got to let me get my old corticotrophin back on the market because these guys are doing this price increase. And if you don't let me come back on the market, they're going to continue to take advantage of customers. And now the FDA, in the past, they would be like, oh, whatever, it's not our problem. And now it's like, oh, whoa, we can't let Shkreli do something to us or something like that. We got to be responsive to social justice. And obviously, my opinion is, they should not have any, it should not be relevant at all if the drug is really commercially important or not. It should just be relevant to the health of people. But they're like, oh, we can score points with senators who want sound bites, then I bet you their 𝗥𝗏, their corticotrophin just keeps going up. Is they not? That's weird. They stopped disclosing it or something. Bizarre. They just did brand versus generics and rare. Okay, so so rare is corticotrophin basically. Cool. One more, boys. I mean, it looks like it's still growing, but it's always tricky when you're just looking at the numbers. Like, you don't know, is this the top? Is this the bottom? It's not the, you know, maybe those are the right words, but is the trend going to continue or not? Okay, so here's what this looks like. You can do technical analysis on this. Is it still going up? What do you guys think? Looks like it's still going up, right? Question is, can this drug carry this whole company? I think it can. I wonder if somebody will make a generic to this, though. If it gets big enough, you have the opposite problem. Now you're at risk. I think it's animal derived. I mean, I don't see why they can't get it to 1 billion. 50% upside. That's assuming they don't continue to like be smart company, which I'm sure they will be. I think they have a new CEO though from back when I followed it. But I'm gonna put this up on my screen as a potential long here. $89 could probably get to I don't know, 150, something like that, 140 at some point. Yeah, I've looked at Nectar before. Okay, my server's back up. Gotta really make sure. It does take 20 minutes to boot up. Hey, there it is. How come I don't see the messaging? This is H100s, 4 H100s. Let me show you the NV top if you want. I'm gonna try to make this available on Godel, but I think it's gonna be very expensive. H100s are very, very expensive. So let's show you what happens when I shoot over a new request. You see the H100 spike, looks about 4 seconds. Then actually matplotlib takes a second, believe it or not, which is annoying. I don't see why everyone wants to focus on it. The company's been, I mean, you're betting on a turnaround, just fine. Okay, this is not labeled. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's taking that one variable I really need it to take and calculating it correctly. So I'm gonna have to adjust that as well. Like the interquartile range is the same, all this stuff is the same. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think I know. This should be set to that.